Hello everyone. Today I would like to talk about connecting ideas, and I would like to focus on these two examples. The first one, making generalizations, and the second one, to sum up. Okay, so first of all, I would like to tell you what connectives are. So what are connectives? Connectives are or linking words, okay, or we call them linking words. So they are words that connect ideas together in a piece of writing or in a piece of speech. They show that two things are related in some way, or that the point one is making has supporting information. So why should we learn connectives? Okay, learning connectives is really very important because connectives or the linking words, they are something that we need to know in any style of writing, as it helps readers to follow the flow of what one is talking about. So what if we don't know a variety of connectives? Then our writing won't make any sense because our readers will become very confused and they fail to follow the messages that we are trying to tell them in our writing or in our speech. And that's why we really have to get to know connectives, and we have to get to know the functions of them, and we need to know the usages of them. So today, just like what I've just mentioned, I'd like to focus on two examples of connectives. The first one is to make generalizations, and the second one is to sum up. Okay, so first of all, to make generalizations. And the functions of this type of connectives to make a general statement are to state that all members of a group, that may be true in some or many situations, but it's not true in every case. Okay, remember, all members of a group. And so these are some very common examples of making generalizations, like as a rule, broadly speaking, commonly, generally speaking, generally, in general, in most cases, mainly, normally, on the whole, overall, to a great extent. And now I would like to show you some more example sentences. Okay, for example, let's look at the first one. In general, comma. Boys pay more attention to fashion styles now than before. So we are talking about like all members of a group, like the boys. So it may be true, okay, in many situations. That is, okay, so the boys pay more attention to the fashion styles now than before when we are comparing, okay, now with before. And the second sentence, on the whole, comma. We agree that a healthy body is essential to a healthy mind. So this is a general statement, okay? So a healthy body is essential to a healthy mind. And then the third sentence here, to a great extent, comma. A lot of teens' sense of fashion is heavily influenced by celebrities. So we are talking about things in general. Okay? And then let's try. Okay, let's try. So look at the three sentences here. Are the connectives for making generalizations used correctly in these sentences? Okay, I'm giving you some time to think about this. If you think, okay, if you think the connective for making generalizations is correctly used, and you put a tick there. If no, you put a cross there. Okay, so let's check the answers. So actually, for A, on the whole, comma, Jerry buys a pair of trainers every month. So do you think the connective for making generalizations is used correctly here? Not really. Okay, it's not really correct because we are just talking about Jerry. So we are not talking about like all members of that group. All right? And then for number B here, to a great extent, teenagers nowadays feel increased pressure regarding their appearance. Actually, this is correct because we are talking about like a group of people, okay, teenagers. And it's generally correct. And then the last one, in general, designer clothes are too expensive for most teenagers. Okay, this is also correct. Okay, because we are talking about like all members of that group, and it's true, okay, in many or in most of the situations. Okay. And now let's go to another example, okay, for the connectives, and that is to sum up. And we have got different functions of this type of connective. The first one is like to sum up or to restate the main ideas, the main points, the main ideas of or what has been previously stated in our writing or speech. And we also use this type of connective to mark the conclusion. And that's why in general, okay, you see in general here. So this is the connective of making generalizations. So these phrases go at the beginning of the sentence and they are followed by a comma. And let's take a look at the examples here. All things considered, which means if we are using this connective to sum up, for summing up, and then we have to start it at the very beginning of a sentence. We have to put it at the very beginning of a sentence. All things considered, and then comma, and then you write, okay, the conclusion there. As shown above, as you can see, given these points, in brief, in conclusion, so these are more common to you, right? In brief, in conclusion, in short, in summary, in the final analysis, to conclude, to sum up, to summarize. So let's take a look at some more example sentences. For example, the first one, in short, comma. Never follow fashion trends blindly, which means in the previous paragraphs, so you have talked about many different points. Maybe you are talking about the disadvantages of following fashion trends blindly, and that's why in the end, and you are making a summary, okay, and you're making a summary of all the points that you have mentioned, and then you come up with a sentence, a closing remark here, and you link it, okay, so with our connective of summing up. In short, comma, never follow fashion trends blindly. And then we have got the second sentence here, second example sentence here. In conclusion, comma, it's not necessary to spend a fortune. Actually, spend a fortune means spending a lot of money, okay, spending a lot of money to make yourself look attractive. Again, which means in the previous paragraphs, okay, in the previous paragraphs, you should be talking about like some disadvantages of spending so much money to make yourself look attractive. And that's why now in the last paragraph, and you really want to make a closing remark, and you link it, okay, so with the connective of, for summing up, in conclusion. Okay, and the last example sentence here, to summarize, comma, you should choose an outfit which you feel comfortable and confident in. Okay, so this is also a summary of all the points that you have talked about before, in the previous paragraphs. Okay, so I hope that after watching this video, and then you have a better understanding of these two examples of connectives. The first one, making generalizations, and the second one is to sum up. Okay, thank you.